Guys, I will be honest. I did not expect this to happen tonight. Oh, man. I thought it was going to be till next week before we get to react to 1103. I didn't expect us to go on ahead and have the chapter be released or something. What a major shock. I just found out whenever I was going on YouTube, you know, just scrolling through like normal and stuff, and then there it goes. There's Tekking 101 having his One Piece 1103 review and stuff, and I'm like, wait, that chapter got out already? Holy shit! So yeah, I had to get everything ready and stuff. I actually had to leave work a little earlier than normal and stuff. I was able to do my cloud manipulation right here to try to get everything situated. Almost forgot something, so I had to go all the way back to the house, grab my stuff, and then come back all the way here to this island just so I could do this chapter reaction with y'all. Whew. Anyways, give me a second to check the audio to make sure everything's okay on it. I hate my voice. Anyways, apparently tonight we are going to be reacting to One Piece Chapter 1103. So yeah, like I said, I was completely shocked by this. I wasn't really planning on doing a stream tonight, but I cannot miss this opportunity. And I might read the chapter a little bit faster than normal, mainly because I have got to get up super early in the morning so I can go to the bank and do some stuff, yada yada yada, you know, adult stuff, blah blah blah. But anyway, so let's go on ahead and get this party started, shall we? Let's see, already got the page pulled up. Okay, so apparently we have this One Piece manga cover. No, it's the Shonen Jump's 2024 Weekly Jump. And it's got like Luffy, and I see Deku, I see a bunch of other characters, and they're all dressed up as green dragons. Oh, that's pretty cool. Luffy's kind of reminds me of like a green Kaido in a sense. It's really nice. Let's see. Oh, I think that's Yuji Itadori next to Luffy. That's really cool. But yeah. Anyways, do we got a cover page? I mean, before that, we see like this cover, kind of like this cover page thing, where we see like Luffy and a bunch of others along with Momo and Yamato just celebrating up in the sky, eating meat and drinking and all that kind of stuff. I see Nami, Robin, Chopper, Jinbei, Frankie, with Frankie having a really cool dragon hairstyle. They should really put that in the anime. Anyways, on to page 1. Okay, so apparently this is showing the night before, and it's showing Egghead Island at night, as we hear Vegapunk's asking Bonnie, have you seen it? And then we see her in her adult form saying yes, as she stepped out of the room, and Vegapunk being back to his normal age. He's pretty much bending over because it looks like he's running and stuff, going, I am sorry. I've broken the promise I made to Koma. Please forgive me. However, he is surprised to see that Bonnie went back to her normal age and hugged him as she says, I'm sorry, Vegapunk. Anyways, on to page 2. Okay, so we see like the lower section of the it's not the Labosphere. It's kind of like the town and stuff, except it's showing like a tropical jungle and stuff. We see like wrecked punkers behind it, and we also see what looks like a Vegapunk speaker system. That looks pretty cool. Oh, that's the lab where they're keeping the bubble. So, anyways, we hear Bonnie saying, "What?" As no, Vegapunk is giving something to Bonnie, and she asks, "What is this thing?" And he says, "It's a gift for your 10th birthday. Your dad Kuma entrusted me with it." And of course, she's really super happy, being like, "It's from Daddy? Oh, I'm so happy." She lifts it up to show that it is a sapphire necklace in the shape of the sun. And she says, "It is beautiful. It's a sapphire and it looks just like the sun. I will cherish it forever." We then see Vegapunk saying, "Well, he said it was supposed to be a protective charm. Protective charm. Anyways, back to the two. Vegapunk commented to think that a kid would age up so much in only 2 years. I never would have imagined it." And then Bonnie tells Vegapunk, "By the way, you know that Straw Hat? Apparently he's a good friend of my dad's friend. No, he's a very good friend of a friend that Peter Piper Punkadeckel." She says, "He's a child of a very good friend of my dad's, right?" And he says, "Yes. I was surprised to see you two end up coming to this island together. Boy, fate sure is a strange thing, huh?" Alright, on to page 3. Okay. So, we have Vegapunk seated down with Bonnie as he's telling her something very important. As he says, "Okay, so, a lot of stuff has been going on at Egghead since you were inside that room. And the Straw Hats are actually going to be saving me. So I'm going to tell you everything. So make sure that you're calm down. Make sure you're seated good, just like that, yes. And let's join up with them. After all, it wasn't the fault of a scientist doing his job. No, wait. Ah, my goodness gracious. I am so sorry. I am reading this wrong. Anyways, she starts listening in to Vegapunk as she's probably learning about more stuff about what's going on. All while this is going on, she starts thinking to herself as it goes back to the present Bonnie. As she thinks, "No, wait. Okay, so I was wrong. The one that's thinking right now is Vegapunk. And then it transitioned over to Bonnie. So Vegapunk's telling Bonnie, and in his mind he's saying, 'I'm sorry, Bonnie, but I really didn't have a choice. Please, it's not the fault of a scientist that's only doing his job. A job that I'm really secure." Oh my goodness, I cannot talk today. What is wrong with me? Anyways, it is not the fault of a scientist only doing his job, which I am very reconsidering about quitting. And the ones that are truly at fault here, then it transitions over to Bonnie in the present, with her looking down, being pretty much strangled, as she says, "These guys," with blood coming down her mouth and everything. Now then, we are finally back at the present, and it's finally time for page 4. Whoa. Whoa, wait. What's going on? What's going on? Is that one big chapter? That's one big page. Oh, okay, that is one big page. Okay, so that's what's going on. Luffy! Oh, come on, page. Hang on, I'm gonna have to refresh. There we go. Okay, I have finally got everything situated. So, we are now back at the present day at Egghead Island, as we see Saturn in his demonic form holding Jewelry Bonnie up with all of the Navy vice admirals and stuff just preparing to shoot her down. And he tells her, "Listen here, Jewelry Bonnie. Your father, Kuma, is dead." And of course, this surprised her. Sanji, Vegapunk, and Frankie, along with Atlas, they cannot move whatsoever because of Saturn's power. As they're like, "Shit! I can't move my body! Bonnie!" Meanwhile, we see Luffy on the ground, just like an old man, being like, "Food! Please, I need some food! I need meat!" And we see Atlas just barely looking over, telling Luffy, "I want to give you food, but I can't move my body whatsoever." We also see some other Navy men pointing their guns at Sitomaru, saying, "We've captured Sitomaru, Vegapunk's bodyguard. Over." We also see Kizaru laying on the ground as he's thinking, "Oh, Sitomaru. Oh, Bonnie. This is a pickle we got ourselves in, huh?" We are now seeing all of Egghead Island, along with the ships, as we are hearing an intercom saying, "What are the circumstances? Nobody didn't expect the Admiral could go inside Egghead Island while the barricade is being sewn." We then cut over to all over the world, where people are reading the newspaper about this. We see some guys in heavy coats in like a winter island, as they're saying, "A barricade set up by an emperor will only mean death. I think the siege is even bigger than the one at Ohara." Let's see. We then cut over to a summer island where we see a girl, a guy, and a bigger dude reading, as the big guy saying, "I wonder if Dr. Vegapunk's gonna be okay. I hope those pirates didn't rough him up." We then cut over to Dragon and Ivankov back at Kamabaka Kingdom, as Dragon asks, if Kuma started going after the instinct fragment, where do you think he'll go, Ifan-chan? Well, if it was me, I'd certainly go to Marishwal to give him what for. Yeehaw! We then see a very intense-looking dragon, as Kuma continues saying, as Ivankov saying, "So Kuma was wrong after all, huh?" Now then, we are now over to page 5. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, page 5. Okay, so we see Bonnie looking down as she is surrounded by the Navy. However, she is not giving up. She says, Saturn, even if this kills me, I will kill you first! She then starts using her distorted future as she starts to enlarge her right arm into a giant fist. Here comes a giant fist! And of course, Saturn is being quiet as he's thinking, this ability of hers is similar to Nika's. Let's see. However, Bonnie starts to attack Saturn, but it looks like he's about to do something. However, we're going to find out in page 6. Oh my goodness, that is so great. Okay. Alright. It seems like something's happening to Bonnie where her distorted future is being nullified or something. I don't know if it's because of Saturn or what, but she goes back into her regular form, regular aged up form, and she's thinking, why? What's going on? Why am I becoming weak again? This gave Saturn enough time to squeeze the life out of her, as she's going, it hurts! As we hear Saturn saying, you are his daughter after all. Of course you will know about that name. However, you don't know exactly what it is. Let's see. While this is going on, he's thinking to himself, the white form of Nika from Straw Hat. It doesn't seem to be connected to her eternally yet. Eternally yet. What does that mean? What does that mean? What's going on? Anyways, I gotta continue on with the story. He continues saying, it is truly a disappointment. He then looks over and notices Luffy starting to stuff his face with a bunch of food and stuff. Which surprised Saturn, saying like, hey, which one of you idiots gave him food? Immobilize him immediately! Use the Sea Stone's handcuffs! And of course, the soldiers are like, wait, what? As Luffy is stuffing his face with food. Oh, that's great. Anyways, on the page 7. If I could get this page fixed. There we go. So Saturn, this done something. What? Okay, this is crazy. Okay, so two of the Navy soldiers are going after Luffy as they say, catch him immediately. So it looks like Luffy was able to get back up and escape. At least I believe. We then see Kizaru starting to get back up on his feet, but he's still got to lean his back on the boulder as he's just quiet about this whole thing. We now see Bonnie struggling to get out of Sandra's hand as she says, I can't use my HH fruit near this old man. What's going on? Why is that? We then have Saturn start to tell Bonnie, Bonnie, you see, the one that gave you this power was me. Which is like, what? Which both me and Bonnie says. As he continues to say, we at Marichwa conducted an experiment on a certain baby where we gave them the power of a devil fruit without making them eat it directly. We administer it with an extract. Although it was a success, it was indeed an unnecessary fruit. And this surprises Bonnie to the point where she's just looking at her hands. We then hear Saturn saying, the user is able to transform however they want to be regarding the foreseeable future. However, its powers are severely decreased, with one's knowledge about the future differs from our reality. Let's see. I believe Bonnie is the one that's saying this. By the way, while she is saying this, we see Kuma flying through the sky as we see him heading towards her in a certain direction. Anyways, we hear Bonnie saying, I want to believe in Nika. We didn't see, no. Okay, I think it is Saturn saying this, saying, I want to believe. I don't know. No. Okay. Bonnie is probably saying this. I want to believe in Nika. Nika exists. From the day that Dad became a on the day that my dad became a cyborg who obeyed you guys without question, I swore that I would search for him to give him his freedom again. Let's see. Oh, what was that? Anyways. We then hear what I believe is Saturn saying, the first glimpse of evidence that confirmed a reality where he was dead was enough, no, to weaken me. Oh my god, it's Bonnie that's speaking this. I am so sorry, guys. The first glimpse of evidence that confirmed a reality where he is dead was enough to weaken me. We now see Saturn telling Bonnie as he remembers the young kid Kuma standing in front of him, telling him about how he wants to save people just like Nika. And of course we hear Saturn saying, your father, who believed in just a worthless legend, said this to me back when he was a child. I want to save people, just like Nika. On to the next page, which I forgot what page number we are because I'm too excited. Oh, you bastard! I am sorry for cussing, but this guy is a real MFer. Okay. We then have Saturn revealing to Bonnie, it was also me who experimented with drugs in your mother. The one who would become the 8th lady in the Holy Land. But it seems the side effects didn't stop showing up. Apparently those blue marks were still appearing. It was a complete failure. It didn't go so well. Of course, even her child ended up inheriting that condition. And Bonnie is just shocked, saying, "What?" We did see something crash onto Egghead Island, which we all know is going to be Kuma at this point. As the soldiers are like, "Whoa! What was that? Something fell over there! This ain't good." We did cut back to Bonnie as she starts crying and she says, "This is your fault. Everything is your fault." We didn't see a very angry Vegapunk yelling out to Saturn, "Your experiments? You were toying with Kuma's family by using an illness like the Sapphire Scales? You're the whole reason why Kuma gave his life away!" Okay. We are now on to the next page. Okay. I'm super excited. Okay. I'm acting like a kid at the candy store. We now have Saturn telling Vegapunk, "You know, you should really put yourself in my place. After all, why should I understand the feelings of an insect? That is completely impossible for me." As it's throwing like a menacing glance at his eye, and Bonnie is just crying at this point. Cutting over to the other section of an island, we see Kuma landing on the island and he's starting to get up from his hands and knees. The soldiers that are near him are completely shocked by this as they're saying, "What? Is that a pacifista? No! Look at his palms! They got palms on his hands! Holy shit!" As Kuma looks up, looking very angry. I think Kuma's back! We now see a soldier saying, "To the southwestern shore of Egghead!" Cutting over to Saturn, who's looking behind him as an explosion happens in the distance. We hear the soldier saying, "The former warlord of the sea, Bartholomew Kuma! He showed up at Egghead! He is currently advancing to the center of the island! And the command ship is not working! We can't stop him! Ah!" I added that screaming part. Okay, on to the next page. Oh man. Saturn is confused by this as he's saying, "What is this ridiculousness? There is no way Kuma could be here." We see Bonnie just giving up as she's saying in her mind, "I'm so scared. It's impossible. I can't do this no more." We see Vegapunk being very confused as he's saying, "Kuma is here? But why?" We then see Kuma just bolting it at a certain direction. All the while people are saying, "Stop him! Shoot him! Just shoot him down!" We then hear a thought bubble saying, "I can't say anything." We see Kuma panting and stuff as he is just taking cannon to the face and shotguns. All the while we hear Bonnie's voice saying, "Hey Dad, it looks like your heart is breaking down." We see Kuma stumble down, but he gets back up to run. We see soldiers firing their guns at him, and even though he's taken all this heavy hits, he keeps running. As we hear another dot bubble saying, "I." Speaking of "I," on to the next page. Oh! The one that says "I" is Bonnie. I'm sorry. Okay. We see the soldiers shooting bazookas and causing a giant explosion. As they're saying, "Shoot! Just keep shooting until there's no more bullets! Just keep firing at him!" However, Kuma, like a beast, just goes through the explosion. As we hear Bonnie monologuing, saying, "At this point, would it be better if I'm just gone?" And she is just bawling her eyes out. Man, I feel bad for Bonnie. She, like, dang Saturn, I really hate you. You MFer. Anyways, we see Sanji just trying his best to move, but he can't. And we see Vegapunk just being confused by everything. We didn't see Kuma pretty much defeating Pacifista and the ordered Vice Admiral. As we hear Bonnie say, "I'm sorry, father." We didn't see Bonnie just crying her eyes out while Saturn's just holding her up saying, "Shut up, you stupid brat! Your cries won't make a difference." Let's see. Okay, on to the next page. Oh man. He holds her up high saying, "Shoot! Shoot her head off now!" The soldiers line up their shots, but Kuma, arriving just in time, has like the aim going on, and he fires 2 explosions that knocks out all of the Vice Admiral around Saturn. This surprises him, but he pays it no attention as he tosses Bonnie down to the ground, while Bonnie is just thinking, "I'm sorry, Dad. The life that you fought so hard to give me, it's going to be," as Saturn takes one of his spider legs and starts going down at Bonnie. However, we see Puma. Yeah, Puma, Timon and Puma is in One Piece, and he's got the pawpaw fruit. No, I'm kidding. It's Kuma. We see Kuma's hand as he starts to do something, which we'll find out on the next page. Yes! Okay, here is the final page. Right before Saturn takes his spider leg and stab into Bonnie, Kuma was able to arrive in time and was able to block Saturn's spider leg attack while holding Bonnie in his one hand. We see Bonnie surprised by this as she is crying, "Dad!" We see Kuma just silent as he could be with steam coming out of his mouth. In a full-size view, we see Kuma. Looks like he's starting to rise up slowly as we hear Saturn saying, "Bartholomew Kuma!" However, Kuma puts Bonnie down, grabs the Saturn spider leg, pulls it out his back, holds it tight as he draws back his other fist. We see Bonnie at her regular age crying, and we see Kuma with a bubble around his fist starting to throw the punch, while him just looking extremely pissed off, and Saturn being surprised by all of this. And that is the end of the chapter. Ah ha ha, man. Okay, so let's see. The chapter ends, and we also see this little thing saying, unleashing his anger. Kuma is back, baby. He is back. I don't know how, but he is back. And he is going to put Saturn through the ringer. Take that, you old spider demon. Okay, so let's go on ahead and review everything that we just saw. So, we got to see Bonnie and Vegapunk kind of making up and stuff from the night before. We got to see that Bonnie's 10th birthday gift was a necklace with a sapphire and a sun around it. We got to see Vegapunk explain to Bonnie about what happened. We cut back to the present day, where we're still in the tight situation as what's going on. We also got to see that people around the world are reading the newspaper about the siege that's going on. So, this is very surprising. We also got to see Ifon and Dragon a little bit, as they got to talk to each other about Kuma, and apparently about his instinct fragment. Have no idea what that's about. I could probably assume that that's probably like Kuma running by his pure instinct to rescue Bonnie. Let's see. We got to see that Bonnie tried to fight against Saturn, but it didn't work out. Now, this is the part where it's crazy. And oh yeah, I think Luffy was able to escape. So he's going to escape a little bit, get back his full strength, and then get back into the fight. But this is the part that's crazy to me. Apparently, Bonnie was never ate a devil fruit. Because apparently Saturn done an experiment on her when she was a baby, where they took the essence of the HH fruit and gave it to Bonnie. So she never ate the devil fruit, but I could just assume that she was just given like a shot with the devil fruit's essence inside of it. So that's crazy to me. Let's see. And oh yeah, it also turns out that Saturn also was the one that caused Chini to have the sapphire scales through an experimentation. The bastard. And oh yeah, Kuma is now flying over at them. Of course, he crashes onto the island. And it just shows like Saturn being pure evil, man. Like the girls say in general, it's just evil. Like, they are just, ugh. Anyways, Kuma arrives at the island, and he is now going to town on the soldiers. And, all the while this is going on, Bonnie starts to cry. And, Saturn's wanting to try to enter, but Kuma was able to save her. Save her from being shot by the Marines, and save her from being stabbed by Saturn. And now, Kuma has gone on to full rage mode, and is going to fight Saturn. Oh man, I cannot wait for the next chapter, which unfortunately is probably going to be, I want to say it's going to be the next 2 weeks or so. Because if I'm correct, this chapter, 1103, was supposed to be released not this week, but next week. But I think it got released early and stuff, so we probably ain't going to be able to see 1104 until the next 2 weeks. Then again, I could be wrong, which I am hoping that I'm wrong. But anyways, what does this tell for the future? Well, we are back at the present, and we are going to see Kuma fighting against Saturn, and possibly teaming up with Luffy and the others and helping them escape. So that is going to be a major thing. Oh, I'm giddy with excitement. I can't... Man, I wish I had a time machine. If I had a time machine, I would go ahead and go years into the future just so I can read all the chapters ahead. That's what I would do. But yeah. This chapter was a banger, and I cannot wait for the next chapter. Like I said, we're going to see Kuma joining up with Luffy and the others. He's going to fight against Saturn. Luffy's going to regain his strength and is going to get back into fighting shape. May even use 5th gear again. I want to say that the fight between Luffy and Zoro may also end as well. I think that's gonna conclude either next chapter or the chapter after that. Just one of the two. I just get the feeling about that. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it for now. So with that, thank you all for coming on this fantastic chapter reaction stream. I hope y'all had as much fun as I did as we got to read chapter 1103. Got to see what's going on with Luffy and the others. And we got to end it on an epic conclusion. And continuation, where we're going to see Kuma duking it out against Saturn. Which for that, I am so excited! Anyways, please leave a like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. That way you're able to see my videos like this. Also check me out on Twitter, aka X, as that's where I do my announcements and pulls. And also check me out on Twitch, as that's also where I do some of my streaming. And by the way, I'm probably going to be doing my next stream either tomorrow night, or I may wait until Tuesday or something. Either way, I'll let you guys know on my X page, so make sure you guys check that out. And with that, I bid the show adieu. So long. See ya. Bye-bye. See you later, alligators. Okay, bye. Now then, I have got to go see how Tekking's going to involve this.